Hey everyone, this is a clip from a recent episode of Another Pass, where we talk about movies and all the struggles that go into making them. If you like it, check out the whole podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Let's move to Billy for a second, because I really like Billy. I think we all kind of...
Yeah,
RJ is the standout of the five.
agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just got it. He really got it. And he's having fun with it. Like, you can tell him and Elizabeth and Bill Hader all were having fun with what they were doing. And they understood that there's still going to be some sort of camp to this, whether there was meant to be or not, because Power Rangers is inherently camp. And they kind of understood that, and he's so much fun. And I also love his mom just being like, Jason Scott is here. She's lovely, just because I feel the two of them tied together. And I think he did a nice job of not pandering to the idea of what he thought autism was. Like, he was trying to be as truthful and earnest as he could. I mean, as somebody who's not on the spectrum officially, it's not my place, but it felt natural. It didn't feel like he was pandering like some of the other characters were.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting balance to strike. You know, like there has been a lot of conversation about how like the archetypal nerdy stereotype of past media often is related to characters on the spectrum, and that is just a lack of understanding culturally that we would like pigeonhole them as like, oh, they're the nerds. And so it's interesting to explore that here. I think they do a pretty good job of having it not feel like overwhelming, you know, message or anything to that effect going on with it. And he's fun, he's nice, and you can understand why everyone likes him, and like why when he is the one who they potentially lose, why they're all upset, and like why he's the unifying factor there. Like, I think it's really good, and it's working with the template of Billy Cranston from the TV show, where you had probably the biggest, strongest person on the team was the one playing the nerd, and having to make that all work. Side by sides of David Yost and Jason David Frank, and you look at their biceps next to each other, and you're like, oh, weird.
Yeah. So as someone who has had a history of ping-ponging around the spectrum, and I'm tired of being bounced around and telling me why I'm a liability to those who love me, just watching Billy be super charming and just watching him be the cool guy, I love it.
Yeah, and being like accepted. I think what's nice about the writing of him is, you know, he just kind of like lays it out. He's like, oh yeah, I have autism. And then he's like, well, it was a joke. He's like, yeah, I didn't get it. Like, he's so straightforward. It's a character that is very self-possessed. Like, he explained, like, this is what it is. Okay, I didn't get that. Yes, da-da-da. And then he's the heart of the movie. He's so sweet, and he's so kind. And I think universally, he's like the character that people actually do relate to. I think that he's actually the character that you're rooting for. Everyone else, you're like, eh. And that's why the team actually comes together when he goes, because he's the only one that they know that we all like.
Remember, if you like that clip, check out the podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts.